I'm Gigi Giannuzzi, publisher of Trolley books in London. I'm here to present a project that we would like to publish as a book, The Middle East Journals of Tom Hurndall. Many of you may be familiar with the story of Tom Hurndall, the 21-year-old photographer and peace activist who got shot in Gaza in 2003. When I heard about this tragic story and found out about the existence of Tom's diaries, I contacted his father to go and see Tom's archive. In just 7 weeks, Tom had produced a documentation which was both objective and thoughtful about what he was witnessing in his trip in the Middle East. Not only through the photograph, which I already had seen in the press and I remembered, but also through his writings, both eloquent and insightful about what he was experiencing. I immediately felt that this was material of extraordinary importance that needed to be published as a book.
Tom Hurndall, a young British photojournalist and peace worker, was shot in the head in Gaza in April 2003 whilst carrying Palestinian children to safety. He died 9 months later in a London hospital. His journals begin on the 15th of February 2003 in London, where the huge demonstration by millions in the run-up to the Iraq War had given 21-year-old Tom an increased curiosity and desire to journey to the Middle East. Soon afterwards, initially as an observer alongside the human shields, he left with a passion to make a difference, to record and photograph the truth for himself. We follow his journey first from Baghdad, then to Amman and the Al-Rashid refugee camp in Jordan, to Jerusalem, and finally on to the town of Rafah in southern Gaza, close to the Egyptian border, where US peace worker Rachel Corrie had been killed just weeks previously. On April the 11th, unarmed and wearing an internationally recognizable orange peacekeeper jacket, he was severely wounded, never to regain consciousness. The book to be published by Trolley follows Tom's life and thoughts in the final weeks leading up to the shooting, through his photographs and writing, with extracts from his diary, emails and poems. It is realised through collaboration with the Hurndall family, and the publication date of the book is April 2011, to coincide with the 8th anniversary of the shooting. Tom's story has touched many, and the important publication of his journals also follows the BAFTA-nominated 2008 Channel 4 film, The Shooting of Thomas Hurndall. The esteemed writer on the Middle East, Robert Fisk, has already written the preface to the book, which was published in the Independent newspaper in 2009. On Friday the 26th of November 2010, the day before what would have been Tom's 29th birthday, we organised a panel talk at the Arab-British Chamber of Commerce in London to discuss Tom's work and the importance of his publication. The panel included Jocelyn and Anthony Hurndall, John Sweeney, the BBC Panorama journalist, Mohammed Keshter, the local representative of the International Solidarity Movement in Gaza, who was with Tom when he was shot, Simon Block and Rowan Joffe, the screenwriter and director of the Channel 4 film The Shooting of Thomas Hurndall, and Gigi Giannuzzi, publisher of Trolley books. Here are a few things that they had to say.
Tom had this eye, this way of looking at things, this way of understanding things, and he did set out to observe, to look at something very rationally, to look at the situation very rationally, but it was combined with, I suppose, a quality that some foreign correspondents have, a sort of daring and an absolute passionate desire to sort of go to the nth degree to understand something in depth, but to understand it in a truthful way.
That's what Tom was about. He just started on this journey to be a photojournalist, and he was really excited about it. Photography and journalism, and going out there and recording and bringing back the story.
I knew Tom for a very short time, unfortunately, before he was shot. But during that short time, I've touched a few good things about Tom's personality. One of his very nice character was the fact that he was very relaxed and very peaceful. He always tried to convey that feeling to people around him, especially children that followed him through the streets of Rafah.
What inspired me about Tom's photographs is that they are real people in real moments, and significant moments of suffering or injustice, but moments that are crying out to be recorded. And whatever beauty they have to them and whatever drama they have to them is not the product of invention.
This book bears witness to a series of crimes by a man whose life was snuffed out far too soon, who had great talent, and you can see the talent and see the truth he's telling through his pictures.
It's romantic poets, wasn't it? Truth is beauty and beauty truth. I think true stories are actually probably the most profoundly entertaining stories of all, and I think Tom's photos are dramatic and exciting.
I think it's a combination of the work of the journalist, but also the personal story of Tom going through his first serious experience of being in a war zone.
And I suppose this book is about a tremendously compassionate young man who wanted to see the truth and show us the truth, who wanted to sort of leave his comfort zone and perhaps encourage us, you know, to leave our comfort zones, to take a look at a part of the world, you know, which we all need to look at very closely. I've learnt so much through looking through Tom's eyes, and I hope other people, you know, who perhaps not so familiar with the situation in that part of the Middle East, will try to look through Tom's eyes.
All we need to make this book happen are the funds to pay for the cost of printing. All other pre-press production costs will be met by Trolley, from the design to the colour correction of the photographs. We're hoping that as many of you as possible will help support the book by pre-ordering a copy as one of the pledges here, but there are lots of other rewards for your pledges, so please check out the Indiegogo platform. Thank you so much for your support so far.